Hey everybody, today I wanted to show you my 5'6" graphite Zebco 33 cork rod. It's rated for up to 1/16 ounce lures to 5/8 ounce lures. So that's pretty large lures that it can take. This is a ultralight rod, lightweight, rated for 2 to 6 pound test line, made in China. I paid $33 for this rod altogether. I have about, with the seat handle, I have about an extra $20 into it, I want to say, or so, in materials, just buying the materials. I've added push pins to the rod to make it more heavier. You see those push pins, they're like needles that I added to the cork just in random places to make it a little heavier. Micro weight to the rod. I put this this brass bracket on here. It's good for grip. It's different, you know, I want to be different. In case I jig with the rod finesse in front of me like that, like fishing for white bass or crappies. I've actually oiled this reel. I actually want to show you how I secured the reel handle. I tightened this all the way up and I added zip tie so the reel doesn't shake. And even when you do that, this part will still shake, like this part and this part will still shake. So I had to add enhancements. I always keep my drag set tight. I had to take old parts from old reels that I have and add them on to here so they don't shake. I've added altogether 5 plastic pieces on to my reel. There's 3 right there, and if I turn the reel a little bit, the handle a little bit, you can see under there are 2, so the reel doesn't shake at all when I catch a fish or when I get a hit in my hand. The reel's not all wobbly when I go to set the hook. It increases your hookup ratio, I want to say a good 200% when you do stuff like this, and you like really take your time and really tighten the screws on your fishing reel and see what the manufacturer just sent you. And you know what I mean, like, you know, tighten the screws. Like I tightened this one a little tighter than this side, so my see, clicks a little different than how it usually did when the manufacturer gave it. The click's a little looser, so I have only, you know what I mean, enough time to just raise my bail if I do get a big fish, bigger than 6 pounds. Over here to the reel handle, I've added a garment down there on that pin that holds your reel in. So I've added a longer pin to the reel. This is not the original pin that came to the reel. Just so I can have a better enhancement for fishing for walleyes, you know what I mean, with the ultralight rod. I have a winter circle down there that's gold, and I have pins, nails, and screws down there. That's just to make the handle more heavier when I go to set the hook, and it's heavier when the fish goes to run off with the bait originally, when it bites the hook and just holds the bait when it first initially hits the rod. So it either hooks them automatically or lets them get stuck on the line, and you know, have that moment of second where they're either swimming or they're like, what's going on with this line in my mouth? There's over 20 rubber bands up here. I taped it. This is paper tape up here. This is electrical tape. These are zip ties, so the handle doesn't move at all. The reel doesn't move on the rod. And the only thing that moves on this rod, really that shakes, is the balancing beam. The balancing beam's on there, so it can tell me if I'm holding the rod right when I go to set the hold. See, they're going to be on that side, that side. You see how the thing goes over when you balance it over in your hands. I've added this thing to hold my hooks up because there aren't any. It didn't come with one on it. You know how regular rods come with that thing? It would usually be right here or right there or right there. It didn't come with one, so I added one on there with rubber bands and push pins. But this is how I enhanced my Zebco rod for my Zebco ultralight rod for catching walleyes. I've added 2 zip ties down here, you know, to just, if I ever, you know, hold it from down there and jig. I have grip down there too, but I'll probably be making more improvements to it or adding more rubber bands to it in the future. Probably make it look cool, or I don't know yet. But if I find the right materials, I'll add it to them and show you guys. Peace.